Hello everyone, in today's horrific history, we will be discussing my favorite torture method. The one I threaten when people annoy the hell out of me. The Viking blood eagle. This is said to be one of the most gruesome acts committed by Vikings. A quote from a Viking saga states, Earl Einar went to Halfdan and carved blood eagle on his back in the wise, that he thrust a sword into his trunk by the backbone and cut all the ribs away, from the backbone down to the loins, and drew the lungs out there. One of the earliest documented accounts of this torture method is from the year 867. Although the events occurred years before, Eyjalla, the king of Northumbria, fell victim to a Viking attack. Eyjalla killed the Viking leader Ragnar Lothbrok by throwing him into a pit of live snakes. For revenge, Lothbrok's son decided killing Eyjalla wasn't good enough, so Ivar the Boneless, who was one of his sons, that name though, decided on the blood eagle as a way to brutally teach Eyjalla a lethal lesson but also terrify the enemies. Experts debate how exactly Vikings carried out this ritual or whether it actually took place, however. It is a vile act. The victim's hands and legs were bound to prevent escape. The executioner would stab the victim starting at the tailbone and up towards the ribs. Each rib was separated from the backbone with an axe, which fully exposed all of the victim's internal organs. The victim was said to have been very much alive through this process. The Vikings would then rub a saline stimulant into the wounds. Yes, they literally rub salt into the fresh wounds because they're fucking Vikings. After the ribs were separated, they were splayed out. Like fingers, and the executioner would pull out the victim's lungs, which ended up looking like a pair of wings. This would have been a bloody, unholy vision of pure gore. I was first made familiar with this some point during my childhood. I've always been weird, loved history and horror movies. I distinctly remember there was some kind of movie or TV show I was watching, and it was a beauty pageant, and one of the women was killing off her competitors because she's like, I'm gonna win this shit. And then plot twist, at the end she wins, but is on the receiving end of a blood eagle on stage. And the audience goes wild at the sight of her in all her bloody glory. I just remember how beauty and gore were shown as these two very different aesthetics, but blended in at the end as some twisted take on how people will do just about anything to be seen as attractive, even at the expense of their health or life. I know that was some pretty heavy gore subject, so I will include some baby animal pictures so everyone can calm down. Sorry for the torture talk. Bye, everyone.